Hi, I am John with Photography Focused, a YouTube channel for dusk to dawn photography, if you can't see it behind the back here. Anyway, this is the second video that I'm going to be doing for night photography with cell phones. If you happen to catch the first one, the first video, this is going to be one of three, so this is the second one. I used the LG G4, which was an exceptional camera. I loved it. I loved the way everything was. It was just like using my DSLR. The shutter speeds and the ISOs, and it even actually had a little meter so that way you can tell if you're underexposed, overexposed, and it also gave you a little preview of what the image was going to look like. But now, for this video, we're going to be using the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. Yes, that's a mouthful. And it's a gorgeous phone. It really, really is. I'm going to try and get this in focus so that way you can see it. There you go. There you go. So it is a 6 Edge Plus. It's a very big phone, and it's all glass. I'm not going to go too much into the phone itself. If you want to see a review, this is not what it's about. It's about the camera and the way it functions in manual mode. So once I got the phone, I realized that the hold on, I'm going to get it for you. I happened to have this was the old, that's not the old, but it's the other tripod mount that I was using for the LG4. It's something that I had for quite a while. I never really used it. I'm trying to get this in focus so you can see it. I bought it on eBay or Amazon or something like that, and it's just a little slider that you slide your phone in, and I can't get it really in focus here. My 7D is just not, let me see, there you go. So you basically just slide your phone in here, and it doesn't do a really good job, but for the LG, because it was a beveled edge, it was kind of thick, it was fine. But this phone, I'll show you, this phone here is it's got a real sharp edge. It's real, and I mean with the beveled edges, I'll see if how real close I can get. I can't get too far because it is my 7D Mark. It is my 7D Mark II, but also I'm shooting this with my 2470. So don't give me a real. I can't focus real close on it, but there you go. So you can kind of see that this edge is kind of beveled, and when I tried to use this, you can see that it's not real, it's real loose, it's real flimsy, and it's just, I was real scared, especially with this phone, as expensive as it is. I didn't want it to fall out, and normally what I'll do is I'll wrap something around it, I'll steal my daughter's hairband, and just to make it a little tighter. But I'm not really happy with using this. I'm probably not going to be using this again because I actually picked up this. This is, let me get it in focus here. This is a ReadyCam. This cost me $34 on Amazon, and I got it within 2 days, even on a Sunday. So it's really, really good. It's all metal construction, and it'll fit just about any phone. Seeing this is a real wide phone, it even came with some extenders to make it real wide. So this can get really, really wide, okay? And it also has these other ones, what it came with, they're smaller, and it's just these little pins. You take them in and out, take this off, and then you just replace them, so that way it just makes it a little bit bigger. And basically what you do is you slide your phone in there, right, and then you tighten it down, okay, and you can see, because this has a beveled edge in it, it fits perfectly. I'm not sure how good you can see it, but I mean, it's almost perfect. And the phone, it's not going to go anywhere. I'm not really worried. I'm not scared. I'll actually, because it's tight, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm not worried about that with it being on my tripod. So, but I also, what it comes with is a little tripod mount. Okay, so you just stick this bad boy on there. And then from here, it'll just go my little tripod adapter. Okay, it'll go in there and it'll go right into my tripod. So with that, I'm not really worried. But and that's the back of it. Let me see if I can so you can see, get that little, there you go. See, the Readycam has got that nice little logo on there. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I just was looking for something that was better than what I had. Again, for 34 bucks. I'm going to be using it on my Manfrotto tripod. And so we're going to see how it goes. I actually did a quick couple tests with this just a little over the weekend. I'm actually coming off a cold, so if I sound a little nasally, it's because I had some sinus issues over the weekend. And I did a quick couple tests on it, and I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be real happy with this phone, using it for night photography. It only has the ability to go up to for a 10-second exposure, and you can set the ISO levels, but it's not really good. Comparing this to the LG actually had a metering system, so that way you can tell if you're under or overexposed, and it also it gave you a kind of a preview of what it's going to look like when you took the shot. This so far does not. I'm going to go on the same location that I went with the G4, so that way it's no difference of, it's not going to benefit one way or the other. And I'm going to be using my little handy cam, so hopefully that little thing is not going to, won't be such a bad video. And today it was actually a clear day. We're going to try and get some light trails with some cars again, and we're just going to see how it goes. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but the good news is the LG V10 is coming out in 2 days, which I cannot wait for. I can't wait to talk more about that one. But it's not about the V10. This is about the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. So I'm going to drop off here, and we are going to go and on location, and then we're going to pick it up from there. Alright folks, I'm going to try this one more time because I was having a little camcorder problems. But here I am on my location. And just the same as before, I'm actually going to try and get some light trails out of these cars. I'm just going to pan around real quick so that way you can see. And apparently I'm not sure what it is, even though I'm shooting at 60 frames with this camcorder. It says it's an SD, so hopefully the video will be fine, but we'll see. So I thought I was going to keep this thing for, I was planning on keeping it just because I thought it was going to be really good for what I need. But anyway, let's get back into it. So here it is, the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus, and we're going to try and do get some light trails from these cars from this phone. So I'm going to turn the camera on, okay, and we got to go and we have to select the mode, okay, because right now it's just an auto, and I'm going to go into mode. I'm going to go in Pro mode. Pro mode is what allows you to use the manual settings. So the only thing I can adjust here is the ISO. Okay, and you can see it's a little slider here, and it's not like the LG G4 where it gives you the actual settings in each. This has got a graph in between, but with this one it actually, I'm gonna see if I can get real close in there. It tells you where you're at, and that's actually where I want to be at. I want to be at ISO 50. Okay, so this one with the Samsung, the ISO goes up to 800, whereas on the LG G4 it went up to 2700. That's not relevant right now, just because we are shooting in night photography. We want to shoot as low as we can go because we're going to be long exposures. If I was to shoot at 800, after 10 seconds it's going to be just blown out, and you're not going to see anything. So right now I'm going to keep it at 50, and you can see just because it's a slider, anytime I move it, okay, see, it changes it, but I want to keep it at 50. And from here I'm going to go and change my shutter. So and then the top or actually the bottom, this will actually go up to 24 thousandths. That's pretty decent. I didn't notice that at first, but that's not really relevant either, because if we shoot it at 24 thousandths of a second, you're not going to see anything. So I want to be in the longer range, closer to like 2 to 10 seconds. This one, like I said in the previous video, or the introduction, is that this will only go up to 10 seconds, and the LG G4 went up to 30 seconds. But it doesn't matter, because we're probably going to be just shooting these at 2 seconds. So if I want to change them, I can change them, and you can see it changing here. Okay, and it gives, and then one thing I like to see it, it kind of gives you that little preview, but even though it's not that great, but it's kind of hard to get it to where you want. So I want to try this at 2 seconds. So if you see it as I was moving it, it was changing it here. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this and see what I get. So it says I'm capturing the video, or the picture, and let's see what we got. So it gives me a little preview, and wow, believe it or not, that actually turned out a lot better than I expected. It's a little bit more difficult to use, but it's actually pretty good. And let's try this again. Let's get and let's go a little bit longer. See what we get. Let's go up to 4 seconds here, because with the LG, I was going from between 2 seconds to 4 seconds. So let's try it with 4 seconds and see if we can get any light trails from these cars. And it may just have to take a couple tries, just because of the way the angle is and the cars are moving. And I don't see too much of the star trails. And let's just take a look. And this seems to be blowing out the center of the lights. And the center here, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but here it's blowing stuff out a lot, which is, it's fine, because there's a lot of light there. But I think the LG did a better job with that. So let me go and take this back down, and this is going to be, I'm going to have to, all right, very good. So let's see here, I'm going to take this back down to 2 seconds. And I got to follow my finger here. All right, 2 seconds. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, and let's go and look at the preview here. There you go. I got some light trails in there. I'm not sure if you can see it. And then within the video, I'll actually pop these up, so that way you can see exactly what I'm shooting. And believe it or not, I'm sort of impressed with it. Believe it or not, I thought I wasn't going to be, but the pictures look pretty clear from this image itself. So I'm just going to go and try and get a few more pictures here, and I'm going to wait for the traffic that's turning towards me to see if I can get some pretty decent pictures here. So you just got to bear with me here. Again, I'm shooting at 2 seconds at 50 ISO, and the aperture I can't do anything with, and I can't tell. I think this camera has a 1.9 aperture, where the LG had a 1.8. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll find out for sure. And let me see, what is this? I got this set, looks like on auto, which I don't want. And this is like a scene setting. I'm just going to leave it on auto, even though it's kind of looking like it's a macro. Can't tell if that is, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to go here. And all right. And one other thing to point out, while I adjust here, is that the LG actually has a laser focus. This one does not, so that may come into play a little bit too. So let me see what we get here. Let's just keep taking some pictures here. That's not bad. See, I got a little bit of star trails there. Oh, and let's go back here, because the traffic's coming this way. Let's see if we can get something there. There you go. So there you are. That's exactly what I wanted to get. And this isn't bad, because I can actually post-process this. The phone, I have Lightroom on the phone, and I have Lightroom at home, so I can actually just process it and get these darks down, these brights down, and get some of the shadows out and crop it out. But believe it or not, I have to say, from what I'm seeing, it's not bad. And maybe what I'll do is, at the end of the video, I'll actually, and so you can see it trying to focus in and out. Maybe I'll throw up a comparison between the two as they are. And also too, you know what, there is a RAW setting here, and that's one thing I totally forgot to talk about. So shoot as RAW, and I have it off, so let me turn that on. It's not going to make the image any better, but what it's going to do, it's going to make things a lot better for post-processing, because all the artifacts will be there. So let's see if we can get some car movement here. Alright, so, and I have not shot RAW with this Samsung, and I totally forgot about it. Sorry guys, I knew it was there, but I didn't take advantage of it. So you can see, you may or may not be able to see, but I got a nice little star trail going across these cars over here, and I got one just sitting over here. So what it does, it kind of gives you an idea that there's something in motion and something that's stationary. So it's pretty decent. Now let's just see what we get. And I'm not focusing anything in particular. Oh, let me check his metering out here. So, and my metering is center weight. So what that means is that it's going to be focusing in the center. So because that's so bright in the middle here, let's try and go to matrix and still keep all the same settings and see what we get. And it looks kind of like still the same. It actually made it a little bit brighter, but we've got some cool star trails here. Not star trails, sorry, light trails. And let's try this again, and I'm just going to take a few more. And there you go. It's not bad. I mean, even though this is a Samsung, I didn't expect it to perform very well. It actually is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. So let's just do something just for fun. I'm going to go and boost this up. Okay, I'm going to take this up to like 10 seconds. Okay, so you can see right there I'm at 10 seconds. And I'll show you what it happens when you're shooting for 10 seconds for this amount of time with this amount of light. It's going to be really, really bright. It's going to probably look like it's in the sun, like it's a daytime, but it's going to be overexposed. See, there you go. So it's kind of overexposed, but it kind of makes it look like it's a day shot. And you can actually process that to make it a little better, because all this center stuff here is way overblown. You can see the grass. So you're seeing a whole lot more just because it's longer and it's letting a lot more light in. But it's not really usable. I mean, you got to process it, but you're not seeing the star trails itself. And that's really the key, is you want to see the star trails. So, and just for giggles, let's go. We went 4 seconds. I don't want to go 8. And see how hard this is for me to go and get this there. I got to slide it instead of just, I can't. It's a little difficult to get what I want. So, but that's it, folks. That's night photography on the cell phone on the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. So I'm going to take this footage back, and then I'll conclude from the office. Okay, back at the studio, and believe it or not, I was actually rather surprised that the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus actually performed as well as it did. It was a little difficult to use just because of the menu screens, and it didn't seem like I have as much flexibility. It took a little bit longer to get used to because that was for really the second time me using shooting night photography with that. But I think it should have been just a little bit more easier compared to the LG. I just liked it a whole lot better. But from a quick glance, I think the images are going to be sort of similar to between the LG G4 and the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wrap this up, but I will post the pictures up as I was shooting them throughout the video. So hopefully you like this video. And to conclude, I don't think either one is better than the other. The functionality, I prefer the G4 much more over the Samsung, just because of the ease of use, as it seems like you have a lot more flexibility with the menus in itself, and it's just a lot more user friendly. And this seems a lot more, just be cleaner. And although the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge Plus I don't prefer, if you happen to have one and you want to do night photography, you can. It doesn't mean you have to go out and get the LG G4. But the next video that I'm going to be doing is on the LG V10, and there's going to be quite a few things that I'm going to be doing with that, because you also have the ability to manually control your video. And they're going to be a little surprised with the next video and what I plan on doing with that as well. Just a quick hint, it's I'm not even going to go there, because then I'm going to go off to a tangent and I don't want to go to. So I'm going to wrap this up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, please like. If you happen to have any examples of yourself that you've been shooting with night photography, please send them. I'll send them a link down below, that way you can email them to me. I'd just like to see what you've been doing, and I'll post them up in videos, if the next upcoming videos, if I have any. And the links will be below. Give me 2 thumbs up if you like it, give me 2 thumbs down if you don't like it. Please subscribe, and always shoot focused.